All right, give me a second. Let me get the music going and we will jump right into this. All right, what's going on, everybody? We're gonna jump into some puppy drafts, or at least one puppy draft. Maybe we'll do two tonight. Just have to see. If you guys have seen the goodness gracious, if you guys seen the cover sheet, the thumbnail for today's video, we have obviously our Nuke players. We have our Nuke players pretty set so far, but we have a little bit of a new scene for it, and here it is. In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
These players are going nuclear in 2023, dropping mushrooms on the competition. Draft as many nuclear players as you can to demolish other league members in fantasy football this year.
So, as you guys know, these are our nuclear players for this year so far. We're going to add some more to these guys, but these are the first 9. We've already obviously made videos over them. We've already went over them. I have a few more in mind. You know, I'm carefully selecting these guys because these are the guys that are, I would say that they're a really good chance of becoming a really good player, or already gonna be a good player, or, you know, from past years. These are the guys that you want to target, you know, especially early, you know, early and often. Some of these guys go in round like 3, 4, and even 5. Like if you consider somebody like Justin Herbert, you know, some of these other guys are a little bit earlier. But these are the for sure guys that I'm talking about. These are the guys that I really feel the greatest about. I'm gonna have some more guys on this list. We're gonna dive into some round 6 and some round 7/8 guys as well. Maybe even later rounds than this as well. But for right now, these are our for sure guys going nuclear in 2023. This is the new cover sheet for it, the new page. So with that being said, let's jump into a draft right now. I kind of got rid of my transition. I'm going to put my transition back up here eventually. I need to find it. I kind of taken it down and I can't find it. It's kind of gone right now. So the puppies, you know, here's the puppy 2. Let me pull up the NFL. Puppy 2 is not quite halfway full, 225.4 thousand. It's only about just over 66,000 right now. So if you haven't already, there's plenty of time to get in these. I recommend, if you guys do, and this is your first time getting in, use promo code Smitty. Smitty is a, you know, another fantasy football streamer. He streams way more often than I do. He's been in this game for a long time now. I recommend you use his code. There's some other codes out there as well. I don't really know on off the top of my head. I know Underdog's YouTube channel. I know they probably give out a code as well, but if you use this code and it's your first time depositing, they will match up to $100 for your first and only, your first deposit. Obviously, if you deposited already one time, it's not gonna, the promo code's no use, but they'll match up to $100. I think you have to have a minimum deposit of $10, so take advantage of that. Use promo code Smitty, SMITTY. I'm sure he will appreciate it, so do that if it is your first deposit. That way you just get free money, free money, and you'll be able to do more drafts with it. So all right, we're waiting on 2 people. I just clicked on it. Hopefully we get a decent pick today, or tonight. This is kind of what we're hoping for here. Also, I got the iPad up. I'm actually going to put the iPad over here. I got the iPad up. So if you guys do comment, I should be able to see it for the most part. I'm going to put this actually like right here. A little easier to see. I got the backlight off. We're going to get some more lights. I'm going to get a couple of lights right here for each monitor, kind of in front. That way it's a little bit shining behind me, or, in front of me. And then I'm probably going to get a couple of lights along the back wall, maybe underneath down here, just to make a little bit of a better background. This light back here, I don't know, it doesn't really do too much. All right, we got the number 6 spot, which is not very good. This is a bad spot to be drafting from, and we got some experienced players in here. I would consider myself an experienced player too. I'm probably close to getting one of these badges, like the white and black one. So, but this kind of sucks because this is like Snipe City right here. This is like the middle of Snipe City when you're right in the middle. Trying to think of what I might do here. Let me pull up our other active. There we go. I don't know what I'm gonna do right here, to be honest. I will take it as it goes here. So Jefferson's the first pick, obviously. No surprise there. Here comes Chase, probably. No surprise there. I need some caffeine. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna try to go for about an hour, maybe a little more than an hour if we do a second draft. I do want to try to go over some of the auction values a little bit as well. I haven't really checked Sleeper to see if they've updated their auction projections. I'll have to check. I haven't really checked, honestly. I was working on this cover page for the nuclear player list, and then it's doing a couple other things as well, so I hadn't really gotten around to checking to see if the auction values have come up on Sleeper yet. Alright, so McCaffrey, that's a pretty decent value there. Cup, AJ Brown, Eckler, Bijan, Kelsey. And this is, I really want to take like St. Brown or Wilson here every single time. We got a lot of Cooper Cup. I'm gonna try this strategy again. Yeah, I'm gonna try it again here. So we're gonna take AJ Brown. We did this strategy for the most part, really over the course of the last 2 drafts that we did earlier today. I didn't do any offline. I did not end up doing any offline after we got off stream earlier today, so So here's the board view, or well, this is the board view that we're on right now. We go over here. This is what we're looking at. Kelsey's still on the board, so Kelsey's falling here. This could be a little bit of some value here for Hero Killer. Took him 10th overall. That's good value. I wish Kelsey would fall to like the 18 to 14 spot. You know what I mean? If he fell to, let me show you guys. If he fell to like here-ish, you know what I mean? Like 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. If he fell to this range, I would feel better about him. I would obviously consider drafting him. I guess that, you know. Garrett Wilson, Amon Ra. Okay, so he was going to take Mahomes right there. We kind of knew that. He's going to go with the stack option. That's really the best thing you can do. We're staring at, let's see, Taylor, Waddle are at the top of the board here. Nick Chubb, Olave. It's obviously really tough not to take Olave right here if he falls to us. Super tough to fall to, you know, not to take him if he falls right here, obviously. Here's the deal. We're going to take Hurts again, obviously. We're going to stack Hurts. Stack Hurts with Brown here. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't know where my sheet is. Here it is. So, based off the sheet, okay, for the most part, we might try to go 0 RB here. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. But based off my observations, things that I've researched, that I've looked at, I think Jacksonville and Philadelphia, especially when it comes to these best balls, okay? We're, you know, if it's not best ball, we can have a different conversation, obviously. But when it comes to best ball, and it comes to stacking players, it comes to building a roster. And if you're looking to build a roster, say to win the whole thing, like you're looking to win the whole thing, not just win the regular season, because there's a prize to win the regular season in this contest as well. But if you're looking for, I would say, the potential to win, obviously, you know, win your grouping, get out of week 14, move on to week 15, week 16, and week 17. That's round 2, 3, and 4. I think if we're looking to build the best roster, realistically, if I gave you guys an answer, I would say Philly and Jacksonville are the best players to kind of go after. Now, obviously, we don't know anything. We don't know that that's going to be the case. But if I had to guess, I would say a lot of people who make it to the end are going to have some combination of one of those two teams, maybe even both teams, if they're fortunate enough. Philly has a pretty easy schedule in the playoffs. When we're talking about week 15, week 16, week 17, they have a very easy schedule. They play. Let's see, where are they at? So they play at Seattle week 15. They're 2-point favorites on the road. Then week 16, they play Monday night. So they get a little bit of rest because they play the following Monday. They're at home against the Giants, and they're 7-point favorites in that game. All right, so we have a decision to make. We're going to go 0 RB, okay? And we're going to do this. This is, I've taken Ridley in this situation in a different draft with like a Garrett Wilson draft with Smitty. I've actually taken pretty much this combo roughly, but I took what's his face? Calvin Ridley instead. There's a chance Hopkins could end up in Philly, so why not? But yeah, anyway, back to the Eagles. Week 16, they are at home against the Giants. They're 7-point favorites, and they got an extra day of rest. Obviously, the Giants have an extra day of rest too, but that's a pretty juicy matchup, and they're already 7-point favorites. Obviously, all that stuff can change. The line can change depending on injuries and stuff like that. Then week 17, which is the final week, if you make it that far, they are playing... I had a circle. They're playing at home against the Cardinals, -10. They're 10-point favorites. I mean, they might score 40 in that game. And the good news is that it's week 17 and not week 18. Week 18, if this was the case, it would be different because they're probably going to sit a bunch of guys for the playoffs. But this is week 17. They're going to probably play most of their guys, and they're just going to kick the living dog crap out of the Cardinals that week. And it could be a very good... If you can make it that far and you got some Eagles players, you might be cashing in. You might be cashing in pretty good. Jacksonville also, going back to Jacksonville. I obviously almost took Calvin Ridley right there, but we went with Hopkins instead. Jacksonville, they have a pretty friendly schedule. They got at home against the Ravens. They are actually 1-point favorites, week 15. I think we remember last year they played the Ravens. It was like 34-28. It was a pretty high scoring game. So I know a lot of people are like, well, what about the Ravens defense? Well, you never know. That could be a shootout. Week 16, they go at Tampa Bay. They are 3.5-point favorites on the road at Tampa Bay. Remember, this is in December, so it's good that they're, week 15 they're in Florida. Week 16 they stay in Florida. They go down to Tampa Bay. So it's going to be good weather on top of things. And then the last week, they're at home against the Panthers, 5-point favorites. So they have a very good schedule. Every time I try to go 0 RB, it's like impossible because they leave me too much value here. We're going to take Gibbs. They gave me too much value with Gibbs. I can't pass them up. So we look at the team here. This is what the team looks like so far. Gibbs, I got about a 3 pick difference in value. We might as well take it. There is a good chance I think that Hopkins could end up in Philly. So I do although this doesn't look like a stack, it could be. You never know. So yeah, I really like Philly. I really like Jacksonville. I don't think Detroit's too bad either. Obviously, I just took Gibbs. Detroit, they're at home against the Broncos, 2-point favorites. Then they go at Minnesota, even though it's a December game, they're in a dome. And then the last week they play Saturday, so they kind of lose 1 day of rest at the Cowboys. They're 3-point dogs in that game, but that could be a little bit of a shootout as well. I do kind of like Detroit a little bit as well. They're kind of a secondary team for me. My secondary teams, as far as like good teams that have a decent playoff schedule, I would say Cincy's a secondary team. I don't know if their playoff schedule is like super good. It's not super good, but they are a really good team. So they're kind of schedule proof in a sense, especially if they're fully healthy and they, nobody's really injured. I like Pittsburgh a little bit as well in the playoffs. Minnesota, obviously, we just talked about them. Playing against Detroit. You got Green Bay and New Orleans as well. New Orleans is actually kind of a sneaky team too, as far as a decent schedule come week 15, 16, and 17. So, all right, let's go back to the board view. So we're waiting 2 picks. Dobbins went. That kind of sucks. I was thinking about Dobbins. It is what it is. I do like Dobbins in the 5th round. Really, I got him at like 61 or 62 here the other day. I think I got him at 62 from the 11 spot. Pretty insane. Okay. Herbert is obviously there. This is tough. I really like this guy, so I'm gonna take him. I would like to get him. I would have liked to get him at like 67, but I just don't know if he's gonna be there. So we're gonna take him. I thought about taking Trevor Lawrence again, like I did last time, just to be that guy. But I'm gonna advise against it this time. See, and once again, I got Christian Watson sniped. I wanted to take Christian Watson. This is the second time I've gotten Christian Watson sniped trying to do this. Trying to go like AJ Brown, Hurts, and then a receiver, and then trying to go another receiver. Watson's like one of my favorite guys to do this strategy with, which I haven't even accomplished it yet. Because if I get AJ Brown, Watson, Hopkins, Hurts, more than likely I can go Pierce. Probably get Swift right here, who's another stack player with Philly. And then I could even maybe snag another receiver, or I could snag Montgomery, which would actually probably be my... I might do that since I have Gibbs. Stack Montgomery with him, or handcuff him, really. I wouldn't even say it's a handcuff, but... because they kind of do two different things. They're not really the same running back. So Lawrence is still on the board. I think he fell to me here at like 66 or 67 last draft, and I took him. And I may be left with no choice but to take him if he's there, because I don't want somebody to get him. Okay, there we go. Somebody took him. Good. Let me look at my bye weeks here. Of course, we don't know Hopkins' bye week yet. Where do we think Hopkins is going to go? Do we think he's coming here to Kansas City? This is where I live. Obviously, I got my Kelsey jersey here. I'm in Kansas City. You know, I'm pretty close to Kansas City. I live in Liberty. It's like really right next to the Kansas City. You know, stadium's not too far. All right, we're on the board here. We're on the clock. So much for going 0 RB. It's kind of blew up in our face a little bit again, and I'm gonna stack here. I'm gonna stack. I feel like it's the best option. I do like some of the receivers on the board, don't get me wrong. I like Addison, I like Johnson. Pickens is not bad, Dotson's not bad. I love how a lot of the players that we like when it referring to Deontay Johnson and Jahan Dotson, I like how both of those players, their ADP has climbed pretty substantially since like the Poodle 2s. I remember, let's see, Dotson's ADP is 77.2. His ADP was like 81 or 82 roughly. Not that long ago. Johnson's was in the like 76, 77. Now it's 70.5. So people are starting to catch on. It's a little bit tougher to get some of these, what I would say a stacked team. Like if we go back to some of my Poodle teams, I have stacked teams where I have like all of these guys on the team. But now with their ADPs climbing, it's pretty much almost impossible to get them all. Like really to get Deontay Johnson and Dotson, it's almost impossible. All right, so we'll go back to, let's go back to here. This is what we're basically looking at. Hurts, Gibbs, Pierce, Swift, and then AJ Brown and Hopkins. So the good news is we might, I hate saying, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. It looks like one of these receivers is going to fall to us. So we're going to take one of them. There's a running back obviously on the board that I want, but he might fall to us here round 8. Into the next round, he might fall to us. We'll just have to see. Just took my guy. Oh, double sniped. Hit it again. Oh, I just got double sniped. I wanted one of those guys. No way. All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go. The biggest mistake you can do. Okay, you see this run of receivers. I'm not even gonna pick because it's gonna pick this. This is the biggest mistake you can do. Okay. I'm gonna point this out real quick. This is the biggest mistake you can do. You see this guy right here, Mike Evans, or really, I guess it would have been here. Addison, Davis, Pickens, Burks, Deontay, Dotson. So you see this run of receivers right here? 6 of them, right? The worst thing you can do is somebody who's drafting in these leagues and these contests on Underdog or even DraftKings, whatever you are, you know, doing your drafts on. The worst thing you can do is when you see a run of these receivers like this, and say you wanted like 2 of these receivers like I did. I wanted Johnson and Dotson, who went right before me, back to back. Or even if you're a guy who wants like Addison, I like Addison as well. I would have taken Addison if he was there. The worst thing you can do as a drafter is when you see this happen, is settle. You said, okay, they just took all my guys. They took every single one of my guys that I wanted. The worst thing you can do is settle for Bateman like this guy did or something. I mean, maybe this guy likes Bateman, but I'm just saying, you in general as a drafter, if you like, say, 3 of the receivers of these 6 that just went by, the worst thing you can do is say, okay, you know, let me get to my other screen here. You say, okay, Cooks is on the board. I guess I'll just settle for, you know, Cooks because he's the next best guy. But say you don't even really like Cooks that much. That's the worst thing you can do. The best thing you can do after this happens is go get like another position. And even if you have to reach, go get the guy that you want. So like I reached a little bit on Montgomery. Obviously I would hope to take him at 91, but since they just took my receiver or my receivers that I wanted, I'm going to go get the running back that I wanted, that I maybe could have waited on in round 8. That's what you have to do. You have to pivot to it, basically one of your other positions. Now you can stay with receiver. Like say I wanted, say I really wanted Juju or whatever. I could have reached on Juju 20 picks, 22 picks ahead of him, you know, his ADP if I wanted to. The worst thing you can do though, like I said, is take somebody that's at that same position, that's like right there at the top of the board that you really don't like. That would be the worst thing you can do. So do not do that. That's like, that's one of the main rules of doing this. Don't draft a player just to draft a player because, oh, your guys got taken. And then that player plays the same position that you just took. You know, take a running back, take a quarterback, take a tight end that you really want that's maybe on the board. So yeah, so much for going 0 RB. We went 4 straight RBs. That's fine. We'll make up for it. So see, there would have been no point in me taking somebody like Cooks, who was really like the next best receiver on the board. He wasn't the next best receiver on the board, and guess what? He's still on the board because nobody likes him except for that guy. That guy just took him. Okay, so it's my turn again. Like I said, I'm sticking with, and I really like Njoku. I like Evan Ingram as well. I've taken Ingram really in the last 2 drafts, I believe. So we're going to go to Njoku this time. I really like Njoku as well. We're going to get our tight end. The reason why is because like you got Pacheco, Javonte, James Conner. I don't really care too much for those guys. I'll let other people have those guys. Thomas, I really don't care for. I don't even know why Thomas is up here. Thomas's ADP should be like 100 spots later than what it is. I still haven't made my avoid player, my next avoid player, but like Michael Thomas is going to be on that list, just so you guys know. And really, I shouldn't even have to put him on the list, but his ADP is in round 8, so I feel like I have to put him on the list. His ADP should be like in round like 15 or something. Like it should be something stupid. That is like the biggest draft bait I've ever seen, honestly, is Mike Thomas at what, 94.7 ADP? Yeah, 94.7 ADP. It's right here on the screen. 94.7 ADP. That is the biggest draft bait somebody can take. Don't take that. Don't take it. Kirk Cousins, okay, at the end of round 8. That's a little different. You notice how Mike Thomas is still on the board. Another guy that I'm a little confused on, and I'm probably gonna take him. I'm probably gonna take him if he's there, to be honest. Another guy I'm really kind of confused on is, why is Evan Ingram falling so much lately? Deshaun Watson's obviously fallen too. Everybody wants Richardson, Cousins, Dak, Tua over Deshaun. This is definitely a little bit different group that we're drafting with tonight. Alright, so let's look at the team here. Njoku's bye week is 5. Evan Ingram just went. Cortland Sutton just went. I'm gonna be this guy. I really like this guy a lot, obviously. I'm gonna be that guy. I didn't think Freiermuth would be there, so let's just take him. It's gonna ruin somebody's draft because they're probably mad that I just took their tight end. You know, we go to the draft view, or we go to the board here. Go to the board view, we got this guy right here. This guy right here as well. They didn't have tight ends, so they might be a little pissed off at me. This guy's got 2. He's got Kelsey, he's got Pitts, and then the guy drafting last doesn't have one, so one of these 2 guys, I guarantee you they're pissed off. They're probably gonna take him. I would almost guarantee it. I don't know who it would have been, but because they don't really have anybody to stack Freiermuth with, so when we get down to these later rounds, I'll give you guys my other kind of tip, I guess, for the later rounds. Obviously, it just kind of depends on what strategy you take as well, but I'll give you guys like my favorite stacked players, or favorite players to stack when we get down to like round 13 and later. Okay, so Rodgers just went. Who doesn't have a quarterback? Ooh. These guys are taking a bold strategy here. The guy with the 2nd and the 3rd pick do not have a quarterback. Wow. Wow. I might ruin their day here whenever I take this quarterback. I might take a quarterback here. I should take a receiver though. I only got 2. How do I should take Goff. Should take Goff. I'm not going to though. I can't believe some of these guys are still on the board, honestly. This is pretty crazy, pretty wild. I almost choked right there. Almost choked. We took Tyler Boyd. I was gonna take Zay Jones, but then I decided against it to take Boyd. That could have been bad because I was about to get auto picked, and if I would have got auto picked, I would have taken Charbonnet, I think, and that would have not been good. There's a lot of guys on the board right now that I really like, and so I'm kind of mad that I can't take them all, you know? There's a lot of guys like really right here in the 10-11 spot that I like, depending on who, or really depending on what you're stacking and depending on what your strategy was at the beginning. Like, I like Goff, but I only like Goff if maybe if I had St. Brown, I would have 100% taken Goff right there, because I already got Gibbs and Montgomery. Obviously I would have taken Goff right there if I had St. Brown on my team. Obviously I like Mingo. Mingo could still fall to us. I like Elijah Mitchell. I like Damian Harris. This guy just took Damian Harris. I like Damian Harris too. He's a very good, he's not a good second running back, but he's a good third or fourth. I would say he's a good fourth running back. Obviously he would have been my fifth. That would have been really good. But I'm hurting that receiver a little bit, so I kind of got a good receiver. See, this guy took Zay Jones. That's who I was thinking about taking. There goes Mingo. I thought about Mingo because I thought this would happen. We're starting to get into the territory of where I'm going to take best available player that's on the board. Okay, because there are a couple of receivers. You know, we got Mooney, Rice, Gallup, Thielen, you know, Collins. I'm not huge on really any of these guys, to be honest. So we're gonna take best available. Goff is there still. I would love to take Goff. Probably should take Goff. Oh man, I really like Elijah Mitchell is the thing. I really like Elijah Mitchell is the thing. We're gonna go Goff. Man, I really want Elijah Mitchell right there. That sucks. This guy should take Elijah Mitchell. He needs a fourth running back. This guy should take it running. He's got Taylor, Jacobs, and Madison. Okay, he took Elijah Mitchell. Good job, dude. Good job. Let's give him a hand for that one. Good pick. I wish I would have had St. Brown or even Jamison Williams on this team. It's a little unfortunate. Obviously Jamison Williams went, you know, right here. So, and we took Njoku. You know, there's really no chance at getting Jamison Williams. He actually went a lot earlier than he usually goes. He actually should have been here for this pick, but he wasn't, unfortunately. Boy, Dalton Kincaid's really fallen this draft. Good value on him right now. This isn't a bad team from the 6th spot. You know, not bad at all, really. Couple picks that I wish I kind of had maybe a little different. There's always a couple of picks each draft where you're like, yeah, maybe I could have done that, you know. This guy took Pierce. It's good. That's a good pick. Took Pierce, pair him up with Richardson. Gosh, man, look at all this value on the board right now. Look at all this value. We have 3 receivers, so we're hurting in the receiver category just a little bit. And I'll tell you exactly what we're gonna do if it falls to us here. It's got to fall to us, though. It's got to fall to us. Because we got Goff, so we don't need another quarterback quite yet. We will take another one eventually. Alright, we're going to try this out. We're going to try this out here a little bit. Take Nico Collins here. Now, the reason... There's only one person in here. Hopefully you guys aren't in my draft. The reason I'm going to take Collins is... Okay, so we're getting to this later stage. Like I said, you know, round 13, 14, 15. You know, round 12 obviously is included as well. I like a little bit of a Houston stack, okay? I think a Houston and Green Bay are kind of my 2 favorite teams to stack down here at the later rounds. The reason being is because you can get a lot of their roster down here for the most part. You guys wonder, like, whenever I talked about stacking this, I was hoping to get Watson right here. I missed him by a pick, right? He went 42nd. I had the 43rd pick. Otherwise, I probably would have taken him. I like, other than really Watson, you can pretty much get all the Green Bay guys down here. Jordan Love is still on the board. Jaden Reed is on the board. Musgrave you can get at the end. Wicks, if you want Wicks, or even Romeo Dobbs, you can get them down here. Like Dobbs was taken right before I took Collins. You can get a lot of the Green Bay guys down here. And I think Green Bay is a decent team. They have a decent playoff schedule. And there's, you know, I think they have a decent offense as well. They're going to be okay. They're going to be, you know, they're obviously not going to be the same team that, you know, they were when Rodgers was in town, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Even this, you know, even 2 years ago. But they're still going to be, I think, roughly a 500 ball club, maybe even a game or two better than 500 if they have a pretty good year. If Love can be good. And they have a decent playoff schedule for fantasy football. They have, you know, they're at home against the Bucks week 15. They're 3.5 favorites. I mean, you know, the Bucks is like a freebie. The Bucks is a freebie game this year for the most part, especially at the end of the year. Then they got, where are they at? And then they're at the Panthers. They're at the Panthers week 16. They're only a 1-point favorite, but they're at the Panthers. And then the last week, they got, they're at Minnesota on Sunday Night Football. I believe that's Sunday Night Football. You know, at the Minnesota Vikings, they're only 2.5 dogs. That's also in a dome, so the weather will be decent. Could be a high-scoring game-ish, you know. And then I like Houston just because I think Houston's going to be very pass-heavy this year for the most part. Oh crap, we are on the clock and I'm not ready. I'm going to take this guy. I think he's best available. And I like him, so. Yeah, we'll take Jaden Reed. So anyways, I think Houston's gonna, you know, they're gonna be behind in a bunch of games. They have the Titans. They have the Titans both week 15 and week 17. Obviously, week 17 they're at home. They're 1-point dogs. Week 15 they are on the road against the Titans. Where the hell are they at, dude? Okay, you know, they're 3-point dogs. Week 15, and then Week 16, they have the Browns at home. They're 4-point dogs that game. I don't really care that they're underdogs. I think for the most part, though, that, you know, it's you know, it's gonna be a decent look. If they're behind, you know, they're gonna be passing the ball a lot. Stroud's gonna get. I really think Stroud's gonna be, man, because I think Stroud has the best chance to start week 1 out of all the rookie QBs. I think Stroud ultimately, it's going to be close. Richardson's going to be close, but I think those two really finished the best in fantasy for the most part this year. So obviously I would give the edge to probably Richardson just because of his legs. Stroud's going to be throwing the ball a lot this year. You know, they're obviously going to try to, I shouldn't say he's going to be throwing it a ton, but you know, they're going to run it through obviously Pierce as well. But they're going to be forced to throw, I think, in a handful of games, if not, you know, more than a handful when they're losing. I think they're going to be about, I think they're going to be better than the Raiders, better than the Cardinals, probably better than the Buccaneers. You know, I think they're going to be better than some of the bottom teams that we're thinking of, but they're not going to be too much better. They're going to be a 5 or 6 win team if I had to guess. I'd give them 5 at least. So I don't think they get much more than 6 though. All right, it's coming up on our turn to pick. We're probably going to take this guy. Oh no, we're not. He just got taken. I was going to take Laporta. That's out the window, obviously. Why is this guy still on the board, man? How many running backs do I got? I got 4, right? I don't know why this guy is still on the board, so we're gonna take him. Taking a little bit of a chance here because there isn't some other guys that I want. Hopefully they don't get sniped from me. I don't know why that guy's still on the board, so we're gonna take him. He should not be on the board still. Yeah, we took Tyler Algier. I have no idea why he's still there. That's beyond me. So this is what the top of the board looks like. This is our team. We look at our team here. So we got Hurts, Goff, Gibbs, Damian Pierce, Swift, Montgomery, Algier, AJ Brown, Hopkins, Boyd, Nico Collins, Jaden Reed, and then we got Njoku and Freiermuth. We're not doing too bad from the 6th spot, you know. You know, there's a couple other things other pieces I would have liked. I would have liked to have I would have liked to maybe have a different third receiver than Boyd. Obviously, I would have loved to have had Deontay or Dotson. But other than that pick, I'm not really regret too much. I'll say it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So far, nobody's really gotten taken that I really wanted. I'm glad they're taking all these guys that I don't really care for. Especially with my team right now. They're not really guys that I care for. I'll show you guys right here. Kyler Murray, Osborne, DPJ, Roshan, Everett, Jeff Wilson. Oh man. Getting tired. It's past 1 o'clock now. We'll probably do another draft though. We might wait. I know I keep saying we're gonna go over auction, but I didn't think I'd get this tired this quick. That's why I'm drinking this caffeine right now. We'll probably go over auction values tomorrow. I still need to check anyways to see if they have the the auction projections on Sleeper. It doesn't look like. I don't know if they do or not. They probably don't, if I had to guess. Let me pull up another window. Let me look on Sleeper real quick. Crap, man, we're on the clock. We're on the clock. Okay, so hopefully my quarterback is there. We're just gonna take our quarterback, just so he doesn't get sniped. There's a good chance I could get, I could get sniped. So I'm just gonna take my quarterback now. So this is Houston's quarterback, rookie CJ Stroud out of Ohio State. Like I said, I like to go Houston here, kind of at the end. Obviously, I'll mix in, a couple other picks. Like we took Algier, we took Reed. I'm not gonna go all Houston, but so if we look at the team now, got our 3 quarterbacks here. We got Pierce to stack with him. We stacked Nico already with him. This is a decent stack. I think I had Schultz. It's my second tight end on the other team. Obviously, we didn't really have a chance of getting Schultz unless we took him in round 11. I wasn't going to do that because I've already gotten 2 tight ends at round 8 and 9. So that is what the team is looking like right now. Actually, we'll just keep that up so you guys can see it. Kind of what the team's looking like right now. Let me go back over here real quick. Gosh, I'm trying to make a trade right now in my auction league, and this guy doesn't want to accept it. He hasn't declined it yet either. I think he's still thinking about it. I'm just gonna leave it up. I'm trying to get Trevor Lawrence from him. He's a tough cookie to crumble. Alright, John Mechie just got taken at the end of round 12. That's kind of unfortunate. You guys can't even see the team because I covered it up. There you go. I just moved it again like an idiot. All right, we're on the clock. We're gonna take that guy. Checking to see if I fixed it here. Alright, there goes Sam Howell. Who does this guy got? This guy's got... This guy took Kenny Pickett and Sam Howell. He's got Derek Carr as his first quarterback. Yikes. This guy only has Matthew Stafford as his quarterback. These guys in the 2 and 3 spot, they made mistakes. They might get away with it though. They could get away with it, but they made mistakes at quarterback. I think the guy in third, he could get away with this to a degree, but he doesn't have the elite quarterback is the problem. I don't mind Pickett and Sam Howell. I've taken them plenty, but I've taken them as my third quarterbacks for the most part. So a little bit of a mistake by those guys. Little bit of a mistake. So we just added Hodgins. Just added Isaiah Hodgins here to this receiving core. I would have probably taken Mechie, even though I'm not too big on Mechie. We got a 4-pick, you know, about a 3.5, 4-pick ADP advantage value on Isaiah Hodgins, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's go back to the board view here. All right, we're back on the clock here. Purdy just got taken. So we're gonna go get our guy here and Tank Dell. We're gonna take Tank Dell out of Houston. Add him to our Houston Texans stack. So we got Collins, Dell, we got Pierce, and we got Stroud. Not too bad. I would like to have Schultz, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let me see about these. Let me see about these projections. Let's see if they got them up here. I know what I got to do. I got to go to a mock draft. Let's just add a mock draft. Pretty sure they put the projections on here as far as there's a guy on the board that I do want, and I was gonna take him right there where Dell went, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Looking at the roster, we have 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, 2 tight ends. So obviously I'm looking to go tight end here. There's actually 2 guys I have in mind. One guy is actually already gone, so he's kind of off the board, so never mind. We have one guy who's on the board that I kind of like. And I don't know if I'm going to get him. This guy's probably going to take a tight end because he's only got 1 tight end. For some reason. He only got 1 tight end, so he's probably going to take our guy. And he did just take our guy. He took McBride. So, he took McBride. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. It doesn't look like they have the projections here on Sleeper for the... I'm trying to think of where I found that last year, whenever I was looking for the projections last year. I don't know where I found it at. I'm gonna have to do some digging once we get off the stream tonight. Do some digging. James Robinson just got taken, as you guys can see. So, as you guys can see, I gotta practice point to this. Right here, boom. Boom. I'm trying to, you know, so I got laid off Friday for work. But we're gonna be off tomorrow, off probably Tuesday as well. I've already kind of talked to, you know, some people. There's a chance I could maybe go to this other terminal, maybe like probably as early, maybe as middle of the week. Well, I would say probably as early as next week, next Monday, the following Monday from today. So we're gonna have a little bit of time off. We're gonna do some streaming. And then we're also gonna do kind of some I need to do some content tomorrow. I really need to do some content. We'll still stream tomorrow at some point, but it might be a little bit of a light day, so to speak. I'm not even paying attention here. We're gonna go to this guy. I don't mind him. Let's go him. Need another tight end. We'll take Jelani. So we ended up here with Hurts, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Jahmyr Gibbs, Pierce, Swift, Montgomery, Algier. Not the greatest running back room, but it's low-key not bad. It's low-key not bad. I really like Pierce and Montgomery this year, especially in these best ball leagues. Obviously, if I'm doing an actual draft, I'm drafting maybe some other play. Like an auction, it's different, because in auction, you can get a really stacked team if you just bid right. You know, if you bid on the right guys at certain times and everything. Especially when you have keepers or if it's like Dynasty. Moving down to receiver, we stacked Hurts with A.J. Brown. Potentially Hopkins, too, if he goes to Philly. That would be pretty good for this team, obviously, if that happened. Boyd, Nico, Hodgins, Reed, Dell. So a little bit of a Houston stack, you know. Got Nico and Dell. And then we got Njoku, Freiermuth, Johnny Woods. This is actually a really good tight end room right here. It's not bad. And they all have different buys. Looks like we got 3 guys on by 7 at the receiver spot. We should be, well, you know, we'll be fine. We'll be fine either way. We'll be fine. Let's see what they got here for projections. Yeah, my projection is going to be way down because Hopkins doesn't even have a projection. Don't even worry about these projections if you guys do these drafts. They don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. I drafted like a really good team. At least I thought it was a really good team. The other day, it was like from the 2 spot, and my projection was like pretty close to where it is now. It was like barely 2,600. I wouldn't worry about the projections. That stuff's... You know what that is? You guys know what those projections are? Those projections are...
You are fake news.
That's what those projections are, man. Fake news. Oh, man. All right, let's do another one here. Jumping into another one right now. Looks like we're waiting on 5 people. Those projections are...
You are fake news.
You are fake news. God, man, the projections. I always like every time I draft, it's like I look at projections, it's like not gonna be good for me, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Like I just drafted Burrow, Chase, stacked them with all these other guys, decent running backs, and it's like, oh, you have horrible projections. I'm like, okay, I guess Burrow just sucks, you know? I guess Burrow isn't on the nuclear list.
These players are going nuclear.
I guess he's not here.
2023, dropping mushrooms on the competition. Draft as many nuclear players as you can to demolish other league members in fantasy football this year.
I guess the Burrow Chase stack just doesn't mean anything. So all right, we got the 10 spot. That's good. Glad they keep screwing me. That's okay. We're gonna try something here. We're gonna try something. We will try something. All right, looks like we got... Starting right now. Justin Jefferson. Big shocker there. Big shocker right there. Chase, McCaffrey. Cooper. Tyreek. Oh, we got Smitty. Smitty's in our freaking draft. Well, this guy would be in my draft right now. Here comes Bijan. Here comes Bijan.
Stop the cap.
Here comes Bijan. Old Schmitty is in our draft. This guy. He's up late in our draft. Off stream. Stop the cap. Gosh, man. I can't believe he's in our draft. Who else is in here that I might know? I don't even really pay attention sometimes to the people that are in my draft. I wish he was like on the other end of the draft from me though. I don't know if this Garrett guy is somebody we know or not. Diggs, AJ Brown, okay, St. Brown, you piece of crap. You piece of crap. He took my guy. That's who I was gonna take. Well, guess who we're taking now? Smitty, you already know it's coming, bro. You already know it's coming. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You know what we're doing with this receiving core?
He could go all the way.
Touchdown. 72 yards to the house. Here comes Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, here it comes. Oh my God. Oh, I read him like a book. Read him like a book. Read him like a book. I told you he was going to go Jalen Hurts. I don't blame him. I went Jalen Hurts in the last draft. I think Hurts is like I said, dude, I think Philly's a good team to go after if you're thinking about making it to the end. If you want to make it to the end, there's a good chance you go get some Philly guys. And he can win and got Bijan. I don't mind Bijan either. I think Bijan's good. Bijan is on. He's on the nuclear.
These players are going nuclear in 2023, dropping mushrooms on the competition. Draft as many nuclear players as you can to demolish other league members in fantasy football this year.
That's why he's on the list. Plus, Atlanta has like the easiest schedule next to New Orleans, which I have Olave for that reason. And Atlanta doesn't have too bad of a playoff schedule either. Neither does New Orleans. New Orleans isn't bad either. That's why they're one of my secondary teams as far as teams maybe you want to draft from, to get to the end. I'm glad there's not a whole lot of reaching going on other than, Smitty's going to be reaching here pretty soon. He will be reaching here pretty soon, probably starting this round and next round. So we might go 0 RB this time. We might actually go 0 RB this time. So far, it's playing out pretty well to go 0 RB because the quarterbacks are not flying off the board. So, all right, I'm gonna keep calling Smitty's picks, okay? Since he's in our draft, the next pick is gonna be Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, the next pick will be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's down here a little ways. I would almost bet money that's who he takes. So we go back to the board view. He is obviously He's right here. This is him. I've already called 2 of his picks. The next pick will be Gibbs if he's there. 110%. And it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. Like I said, I'm not gonna knock the pick. I mean, I went, what did I go? I went AJ Brown, Hurts, and then I went, where did I go after that? Went AJ Brown, Hurts, and then I went, I forget who I went third, but I got Gibbs in round 4 actually. Who did I take in round 3? Oh, I took Hopkins. That's right. I took Hopkins. This could be Hopkins actually right here. It's going to be Hopkins or Gibbs. I would willing to bet it's Gibbs though. 100% it's Gibbs. It's going to be Gibbs. This guy won't take Gibbs either because he's already got 2 running backs. This will probably be Hopkins right here for this guy. ETN. Okay, here comes Gibbs. Told you. I told you. Okay. So I'm gonna take his next pick because I know what he's gonna do. I think, man. Should I take? Oh man. Do I go Ridley though? I really want to take Hopkins right here, dude. Really want to take Hopkins. I feel like I'm a fool for not doing it. Oh well, we're gonna go Ridley this time, even though I'm not the biggest fan of doing that. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of doing that, I'm gonna do it. There's like something deep down inside of me that says to take Hopkins. It is what it is though. We got plenty of Hopkins. I'm not too worried about it. Not super worried about it. We got plenty of Hopkins. So this is the 0 RB strat. Okay, we don't do the 0. Like I tried to do it last draft and it just didn't work out the way we wanted to. We ended up taking a running back. You know, we took Jahmyr Gibbs at 43rd overall, right? We were pick 6 last draft. And see, this is why I didn't want to do this. I wanted to get Christian Watson. I wanted to get Christian Watson, and I just got sniped. God, what's this guy's doing the same thing I'm doing? Doing the same thing I'm doing, chat. I thought he would take a running back, and then I thought, oh man, he took my guy. He took my guy. What can I say? He took my freaking guy. Smitty's gonna take London. Like 1000% he's gonna take London. And I want to take London. I want to take London, but I already freaking took Calvin Ridley. God. All right, I'm gonna go 4 for 4 here. He's taking London. I'm gonna press my luck on 4 for 4. He's gonna take London here at the next pick. Here it comes. Here it comes. I can't believe he's still up. He must be working on content. I'm so good. I'm so good. I don't blame him. It's a good pick. I would do the same thing. I was getting ready to take him myself, but I figured, what the heck? I already took Calvin Ridley. Let's just go ahead and take Kirk. Let's just go ahead and stack while we're at it. I knew he was going to do that. This man's probably got, I swear, with this team, because I've seen him do this before. I've seen him do this a number of times with this like first 4 picks. He's got a ton of teams where he started off a lot of his teams like this, especially when he's picking from like the 8 spot. So that's kind of how I kind of know what he's doing for the most part. We got a run of receivers. One of these next 2 guys needs to take Burrow. Najee Harris falling to 44. That's like super good value for that guy. This guy shouldn't have taken Josh Allen when he did. He could have had Burrow here in round 4. So these guys might be really Burrow's going to go to this guy. He's going to go to the guy who drafted first if one of these guys don't take him, which they shouldn't because they already got a quarterback. There's definitely a little bit of a strategy going on here, playing out right before your eyes. So more, because these guys were probably banking on receivers here, and then we just took a run of receivers. Burrow didn't go, so here comes Burrow. Burrow's going to come with these next 2 picks. This guy has the same pick. Oh, he went Fields instead.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It's not bad, though. That's a good pick. I'm not hating on it. You really can't go wrong with some of these quarterbacks. Really, it's just whichever one you think is going to perform the best. Me personally, I think Burrow wins MVP this year. And he throws for 5,000 yards. Throws for over 40 touchdowns. So, like me, I'm taking Burrow right there. You know what I mean? I'm taking Burrow if he gets to me. I don't even know if he's going to get to me. But let's see, that guy has Allen, Pollard, McLaurin, Chase, Kenneth Walker. So this guy went 2 quarterbacks. He took Burrow. Probably just sniped him from this guy. Jay Long was going to take Burrow. He's got T. Higgins. He would have taken Burrow. He probably goes Herbert right here if I had to guess. Yep. So this is not good. This is not good. Our strategy is not going to pay off. More than likely that just happened now. It's unfortunate that Garrett took Burrow right there. Because then this guy was forced to take Herbert because he was going to take a quarterback no matter what. Now I got to hope I don't get quarterback sniped here, which is probably going to happen. God, that sucks, man. Sucks. All right, we just got to make it past IC50. I don't think Smitty will take him. I don't know who he's going to take. He's probably going to take Dobbins, if I had to guess. Or Pierce. He might take a receiver, though. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do here. I'm not going to lie, Chad. I don't know what he's doing here. Tony, figures. Figures.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Hey, keep taking him, Smitty. I hope you do. I know we have different opinions about him, but come on, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What's this guy doing, bro? Good pick. Good pick. All right. Pretty easy. We're taking Lawrence right here. We're not going to give the last guy the option to snipe us. So, pretty easy pick right there. Unfortunate, though, because there's a running back on the board that I really like, that I really wanted. So, a little bit unfortunate, obviously. Now we just kind of got to act like a receiver doesn't exist. So this is a thorough, pretty thorough 0 RB strategy that we're doing right here. I think really the best way to do the 0 RB strategy is having pick 10, 11, or 12. Obviously he just sniped. I wouldn't say he sniped me, but he took J.K. Dobbins, which is who I kind of wanted. But that's okay. We're still going to make it work. We're still gonna make this work. Okay, we got our first guy. We got one of our guys at running back. I wanted Dobbins though, but we'll take Pierce. We took Pierce in the last draft. We'll take him again. So this is not bad. I do like this team. This guy just took Deontay, 6 receivers off the rip. This is a real. This guy said, okay, you think you're doing a 0 RB strategy? Not like me. He would take Dotson at 65. He's the biggest reacher.
Come on, man.
Man. Those are his guys, though. They're my guys, too. Well, I like Dotson. You know, I like Dotson, but I'm taking Johnson, too. This guy took Deontay at 64. I don't knock it, but he's one of the top receivers that are on the board, I think, in this area. You could argue Addison. I do think he's better than Pickens. I'll keep saying it. He's not better than him by much, but he's better than him. And I think he's better than Dotson. London, Tony, Dotson, Bijan Gibbs, Jalen Hurts. I don't think I have any shares of Tony. I think I have maybe one team where I picked him. I don't know about him, man. I'm definitely not taking him in the 5th round. There's no chance I'm taking him in round 5. I don't even know why Smitty took him in round 5, to be honest. Smitty could have got Dotson down here at 80 potentially, not guaranteed. He could have definitely got Tony down here at 65, and instead of taking Tony here, he could have taken, I don't know, a running back. That's what I would have done. I would have taken like Dobbins, snagged Tony on the way back if that's who he really wanted, because he would have been here at 65. Now, I don't know if Dotson falls to 80, but there would have been a chance. There would have been a chance that would have happened. Not a good one, but you got to think the guy drafted 4th and 5th right here. These two guys, they're probably not going to take a receiver because he's got 4 and he's got 4. So, of course, this guy would probably take a receiver. So would this guy. So the two guys in front of him would have taken a receiver. But probably a good chance he wouldn't have been there. It is what it is, though. He's gonna snipe my running back. I got this icy 50 guy in front of me who doesn't have a running back either, so I'm gonna miss out on my running back. 100% he takes Pacheco right here if he's there. 100%. Pacheco's the next pick for Smitty if he... Here, I'll show you guys. He's gonna take Pacheco, though. So Pacheco's right here. Well, let's see if he takes this. See if he takes Pacheco. Hope this guy takes Rashad White. So here comes Pacheco. Here comes Pacheco. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong scene. Here comes Pacheco. Oh, he took Swift. That son of a gun. That son of a gun. That's who I wanted with Swift, obviously. That guy wanted Swift too. That's why he hasn't picked yet. I'm gonna risk it. I shouldn't do this. I should not do this, but I'm gonna risk it. There's a guy on the board that I would really rather have, but there's a chance he comes back to me. Isaiah Pacheco is not coming back to me, okay? This is why we did this. I'm gonna explain to you guys why we did this. If we avoid this, I don't even think we avoid it. There's a chance though. There's a chance we avoid this. Okay, there goes Rashad White.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
He just took my guy. He took Montgomery. That son of a gun. That's okay. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work out. Like I said, remember I told you guys there's some late running backs that I like. I would rather have Montgomery over Pacheco though. I really would. I don't know. It's close, man. They're both guys that play on pretty good offenses. I would say the Lions have the better offensive line, but at the same time, let me see here. Make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. At the same time, though, I just first of all, Montgomery is the better back. Okay. Pacheco is a 7th rounder. Montgomery is the better back. He's the better skilled back. They're both kind of downhill runners for the most part. Here comes Javonte. Here comes Javonte Williams. By the way. Jameson Williams. He almost fooled me there. I thought it was Javonte Jameson. Ugh. I know what he's doing. I think he's gonna try to grab Goff. I think. Can't believe he's up right. Well, I guess I should say that it's almost 2 o'clock here. That means it's like 11 o'clock where he lives. I just going back to Montgomery and Pacheco. Give me Montgomery, man. There's a better chance for him to score, I think, than Pacheco, because they play in an offense that really they're going to run the ball when they get inside the 10. The Chiefs, you don't even know what they're more likely going to pass for the most part. And Pacheco's not the receiving back, so it's tough, man. We missed out on a couple of picks, but it is what it is. Well, you know, I don't mind missing out on Dobbins as much as I do missing out on Montgomery here. I just would rather have Montgomery. There was a good chance he was going to fall if this guy didn't take him, though. And I knew this guy was going to take a running back. I was just hoping it was going to be Connor, which Connor just went down here at 93. I was hoping it was going to be Connor. But it wasn't. I should have known that too, because he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's with Detroit. You know, this guy might be in the running to go get Jared Goff as well. He might try to go get Jared Goff. So Javonte at the end of round 8. This is where he should be going. This is where he should be going. What his ADP is 91.5, so 96 is better value than what most people get out of him. A lot of people draft him earlier than his ADP. This guy also took Charbonnet. God, Smitty took Swift right there too. That sucks. Swift was also on my radar. Like, if Swift was there, he would have been the guy. He would have been the guy over Monty and Pacheco and Rashad White, obviously. Let me scroll back down here so you guys can see. So if we go back here, we can go back and look at the other. Let's look at the board here. So there goes Richardson. That's going to be... This is this guy's first QB. So he's got Tyreek, Metcalf, Pittman, Lockett, Bateman, and he's got Waller at tight end, Najee, and Chubb at running back. And now he's got Richardson. So here comes some QBs. So everybody has a QB now. Except for the last guy. Except for the guy that drafted last. He's the only one that doesn't have a QB. So he's going to get his pick really here at Prescott, Cousins, you know, Geno, Rodgers. Obviously, Goff is down here if he wants him as well. Smitty's going to reach right here. Probably, I could see Mingo. He might take Mingo right here. Okay, Pat Fryermuth, good pick. Good pick, Smitty. You need a tight end. You filled your tight end spot. Good job. I applaud you for that one. Alright, so we need to get some running backs. Obviously. We're gonna pay, yeah, we're gonna take Peter Ryan here. Looking for a certain running back. There he is. I was wondering where he was at. Probably going to go running back here with the next 3 picks. More than likely. So he went A-chain. Let's go back to the board view here. Prescott. So this guy got his quarterback. He might go another quarterback here. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. Just to get a little bit of security. Either that or he goes tight end. Which the best tight end on the board right now? I guess it's Kincaid. Remember, Kincaid fell really, really far in the last draft. AJ Dillon, okay, yeah, he needs a running back because he waited on running back just like me. So we're gonna go Elijah Mitchell next. I like his value. I reached on him a little bit there, but like I said, Elijah Mitchell is probably the best backup RB in the league. He's definitely the most efficient. Smitty went A-Rod. That's actually a little surprising. I didn't think he would do that, to be honest. I'm not worried about it. Everybody's like, well, why didn't you grab Rodgers? You got Wilson. I'm not really worried about it. I have a different backup QB in mind, to be honest. Why did he take Rodgers there? I'm not sure. Just to take him, I guess. I would have taken Goff. I would have taken Goff if I was him. He's just got a better stack with Goff. He's got Williams. He's got Gibbs, and then he could have got Laporta as his second tight end later. You know, he likes Rodgers though, so I mean, I like Rodgers too. With this team, I'm not taking Rodgers if I'm him. I'm probably waiting until 128 to get Goff, because he's more than likely going to be there. He could have taken. I don't know, what else does he need? He could have taken Kincaid. I know he likes Kincaid a lot. He might try to get Kincaid though if he comes back to him, which is possible. I mean, Kincaid fell to like almost 140 last draft. So there's a chance that he goes Kincaid, but I think he could have went Kincaid and then went Goff with his 128 pick. I just don't know why you don't go Goff right there. I mean, I know stacking isn't everything, but it's mildly important in my opinion. especially when you've got a really good receiving back in Gibbs, who's probably going to get fed the ball a lot the first 6 weeks at least. And Williams isn't a bad option, who's going to get deep balls from Goff when he comes back from suspension. But I mean, Rodgers will be okay. It'll work out. He's still got Hurts as his main QB. Rodgers is a decent second QB. So, see, that's what I mean. Kincaid just went. So, I figured he would have went Kincaid there and then went quarterback next pick, which Goff is more than likely going to be there because people are just not high on Goff for some reason. I don't know why. I think Goff will actually be pretty good. Like, you watch, there's going to be, like, Goff's going to get passed up on here, I think. The next, like, 2 or 3 picks. If the next 2 guys don't take Goff, he's going to slide all the way down to me. And, of course, I don't know if I'm going to take him or not, but he's going to slide to me. So Goff's probably going to slide to me. Unless the guy in front of me takes him, which if he does, he does. He's only got 1 QB. He's got Watson. Smitty and this guy, ATAV, they're not taking him. There goes Mingo. He just got sniped. 100% he just got sniped. I guarantee you he's sitting there like... I bet you that's what he's thinking with Mingo going right there, bro. How much you want to bet he's sitting there thinking that guy just sniped me, dude? I was going to take Mingo. Look at him. He's still on the clock. He was going to take Mingo. 100%. 100%. Okay, a little bit of reach on Algier. Not bad, though. This is good because the guy I'm thinking of might fall to me here if this guy does not snipe me. And I'm going to take him if he's there. I'm going to take him if he's there. I wish this guy would just pick already. All right, he's there. Sweet. All right, we got our handcuff here. We got our handcuff. KC running backs. I like Pacheco a little better now because now I got McKinnon. So if one of them has a big game, the other one doesn't. They can alternate having big games. I really don't care now at this point. This is what you should do if you go get Pacheco, no matter what. Obviously, I knew it was a risky move of maybe getting McKinnon at 130. I decided to take Elijah Mitchell instead at 111, but it was worth it. It paid off. We got lucky. I thought there was a chance that, like, after Mingo win, I thought there was a chance that Smitty might take him. I actually thought there was a chance the guy in front of me might take him just because it wouldn't have shocked me. So now we're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna go this guy next, I think. Potentially. All right, so I got Derek Carr queued up. I'm looking at tight end here to see if there's anybody I absolutely need. And do we absolutely need Derek Carr is the question. I say we take him. We don't take Derek Carr too often, but we'll take him here. We got Olave. We'll stack him. We'll stack him with Olave. Why not? Part of me wanted to go Cole Kmet, though. That's who I was kind of thinking about. And then I was also thinking about going Nico Collins again and going with this Houston, with the Houston stack. See, that guy just took Nico right after me. So, thought about going Nico and maybe going Stroud later on down the line. But we've already done that in a handful of drafts, so it's not a big deal. I'm not really worried about it. See, there goes Cole Kmet, too. That's why I kind of knew it was one or the other. It wasn't going to be everybody. Yeah, he took Komet. I kind of figured he might take another tight end. That's fine. We're okay, man. We got Ingram. We'll go get some tight ends late. I promise you. We'll go get some tight ends, even if they're not really the greatest. I'll make sure I have plenty of tight ends. I got a couple in mind. So, not the usual suspects that we usually take, but it should be okay. I can't believe he's in this draft. I did not think I was going to expect to see him in a draft here. He's predictable though, so it's kind of good. I kind of know what he's going to do for the most part. Even if he is taking some of the players that I would normally take, maybe in some, in some form or fashion. This guy is not one that I would normally take. I do take London. I mean, I haven't taken London too often lately, but I've taken London quite a bit in past drafts. Like, back during the Poodle drafts, during the Puppy 1 drafts, I took him a lot. So I obviously take Freiermuth a lot. I'll take Jameson Williams, but only if I'm going to go after like a full Detroit stack. It's tough with Jameson, man, because he goes too early. He's going in round 8 and he should be going back. He should be going like really right here in this area. Like the middle of round 9 is where he should be going. Of course, that's not going to happen when Smitty's in the draft or some other guys are in the draft that usually draft with us. They're not going to let him fall there. All right, let me see if there's anything really surprising. To me, like right here, like really, you can maybe even throw Nico in there. This is kind of a little bit of a dead spot at wide receiver. I don't think Rashee Rice is going to be effective at all. Mooney's going to be, he's tough to predict. This is good value for him, though. Thielen, I don't really care for. He's like 40. He's probably going to get hurt this year. Pierce, I'm not sure. I would make sure I had the stack with him, though. Like, if I had Anthony Richardson, I would take Pierce if he fell this far. Not a big fan of Romeo Dobbs. He's decent, and he's really, he's the second receiver on the team right now. Depth chart speaking, but here comes Bigsby, maybe. He's gonna take Bigsby or Roshan, one or the other, I think. Oh, he took Love. Why did he take Love? I don't know why he took Love. He took Love. Buddy Love. Alright, that guy took Roshan. That's good. Okay, we got 4 receivers. Let's go get our 5th receiver here. Pretty easy pick for the most part. I'm gonna keep taking this guy when he's down here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep taking him. I don't care. Thinking here. I'm thinking. I don't know if I see this guy again, so we're gonna take him. There's other receivers we can take. There's a receiver on the board that I kind of want to take. We don't have to take him, so let's go get this guy. Let's just go get him. We got a little bit of a Saints stack going. We might as well take the guy that they love to use in the red zone, right? So, the touchdown score. believe he had 7 touchdowns on the ground last year as a tight end slash quarterback slash running back slash, you know, utility player. Really, in fantasy football, there's 5 positions. There's quarterback, there's running back, receiver, tight end, and then there's Taysom Hill. You know, that's basically the positions. You took Dell, this reaching son of a gun, dude. Oh my god, dude, this guy's a reacher. Schmitty, you don't have to take him in round 14, bro. Just chill out. Chill out. I know there's like me and maybe a couple other people in here that might take him, but I'm not taking him until like round 16, bro. You could have waited. You could have waited. Good grief. You're raising these guys' ADPs, man. Come on. We're trying to keep them low. You're killing me, Smalls. There's got to be some other guys on the board that he likes. There's no way. Like, you don't like Downs, you don't like Hodgins, you don't like Laporta's on the board. You could go get Laporta with all your Detroit guys. Of course, you missed out on, you gave up on Jared Goff. Could have had Goff and Rodgers, really. Man, he's doing some reaching. And I reached a little too, but not 40 picks. Not 40 spots, bro. Come on. All right, Kyler, Stafford, Marquez, Valdez. Can't play. Marquez, Valdez can't play. Yeah, see, they can have all these guys for the most part. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything. My guy that I want is still on the board. I don't think he's going to make it to me, but there's a chance. A lot of people aren't really high on this guy for some, you know, for the most part. I shouldn't say for some reason, but they're not high on him in general. But I think he could really surprise some people in fantasy this year. Ah, he just took him. Garrett just took him. Rashid Shaheed is who I was thinking about, obviously. He's a saint. He's taken 6 receivers in a row? What is this guy doing, man? That's because he went late receiver. He has 3 running backs. They are Kamara, Miles Sanders, and Derrick Henry.
Good. Good. More for me and you.
3 running backs. One of them's Kamara, the other is Sanders, and the other is Derrick Henry. Oh, and he's got McCaffrey too. I guess I missed McCaffrey. That makes it a little better, I guess. I was going to say, if it was just those 3 guys, I missed McCaffrey for some reason. He's taking dart throws here at receiver, though. I will say that. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but... Okay, there goes Jawan Johnson. We would have maybe taken him. He's also a Saints player. All right, we took Jerome Ford. Zeke just went right before us. Was just looking at my bye weeks, and I kind of need another running back. Just put it that way. Even though I have 6 now, I kind of needed another one. I think we're going to take this guy next. If he's there, he should be there. I'm hoping he's there. There's no guarantees, obviously. No guarantees, but there's a chance that he's still there. Be shocked if this guy didn't take Chase Brown right here. So he still got downs. Smitty still got downs, even though he took Dell early. There goes Chase Brown. Yeah, Chase Brown. I kind of figured that one was coming. Yep, we got our guy on the board. He's probably not going to take him. I'd be shocked if he takes this guy, to be honest. Better not take him. Okay, thank goodness. He almost did take him. Took a receiver, which is who I was going to go with. We're going to go with Hodgins. I like Hodgins a lot this year. I think really he's one. I think he's a league winner for the most part in terms of best ball. Because he goes so late, and I don't get it. He's like the #1 receiver on the team, and I know the Giants aren't that good at passing the ball, but he was coming on late in the season last year. Very good player out of Oregon State. I remember watching this guy in Oregon State like 3 years ago. Very good player out of Oregon State. I don't know why people are sleeping on somebody like Hodgins, and it's not a good idea. I'm telling you, I've done my research on him. He's a lot better than people think. A lot better than people think. He is the #1 receiver in New York. I don't care about Sterling Shepard. I don't care about Darius Slayton. Hodgins is better than both of those guys, and you're going to see it this year. You're going to see it. So, I'm telling you, when you get Hodgins down here in round 16, that is highway robbery. He's such a sleeper. He's such a sleeper that we're going to add him. We're going to add him to the sleeper list, I think, this week. We're going to add some more guys to the sleeper list, and we're going to talk about exactly why they are, we're going to come out with a sleeper series part 2, and Hodgins is going to be on that list for sure, 100%. Probably gonna call it after this one. We gotta go to bed. We gotta get to bed. It's almost 2:30. It's gonna be about 2:30 by the time we get to bed. We'll be up in the morning, afternoonish for the most part, and I'm gonna work on some content. We're gonna do a player to avoid tomorrow. We'll try to get the video up maybe Tuesday, but I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And then we're going to go over some sleepers as well. We're going to start out another sleepers list and really keep going after, keep continuing with the players to avoid list for the most part. And that is the plan. That is the plan going forward. We might try to work on some TikToks as well. So I'm just gonna go up here so we can see the rest of the picks here. So Abani Konda was just taken. That's a decent pick. What's he have? Well, this guy's hurting that running back a little bit. I don't mind our team. This didn't turn out too bad for a 0 RB strategy. Wilson, Olave, Ridley, Kirk, we're pretty elite at receiver for the most part. We did get Lawrence for the stack. I do like Pierce. Wasn't high on Pacheco, but we got McKinnon to handcuff. I do like Pirine. I do like Mitchell, especially if McCaffrey misses time. We stacked Carr with Olave. Like I said, I'm pretty high on Jaden Reed this year. I think he's a very good fifth receiver or sixth receiver if you get him as that. I do like Hodgins as a sixth receiver as well. Ford is a little We'll see what he does in the Kareem Hunt role, but there's potential upside, at least for like a game or two probably in best ball. And then Taysom Hill, we already know what Taysom Hill is. We also got Ingram to stack with our Jacksonville players as well. So this is not a bad team. There's a couple other players I would have rather have, like you know, was looking forward to getting gosh, seeing a lot of these guys are getting sniped from me, man. These tight ends, these guys are killing me with this. Oh, and then he takes Musgrave. Smitty, you son of a gun. This is why I can't draft with these guys, bro. I mean, CJ Stroud is still on the board, bro. Why is Stroud still on the board? I just don't get it. These guys taking on my freaking tight ends. Taking on my tight ends. All right, there's obviously some value somewhere. Yeah, you thought you were going to get him on the way back, didn't you? Actually, you probably didn't. You already got 3 quarterbacks. What's he got? I'm going to snipe him. Taking my player like that. He's probably going to take another receiver, if I'm guessing. He's got all his tight ends, all his quarterbacks. Son of a gun, dude. All right, we're going to take Ruckert. We took Ruckert. I got a feeling about this guy this year. You just never know, you know? You never know, man. This guy was out of Ohio State, too. Really good. Was a rookie last year. Didn't do much, but something happens to Conklin. You can see Ruckert on the... you can see him in the lineup. I do like Kuntz as well, the rookie this year, who's obviously the greatest... tight end, like, you know, tight end metrics ever at the combine or whatever. But I just don't know if he starts right away. I don't know if he well, he's not going to start right away. I just don't know if he gets any playing time. So give me Ruckert. Ruckert was really good as well, though. So this is the team. Let's go over the team here. So we got Lawrence, Carr, Howell. Not a bad quarterback room. Obviously, we didn't stack anything with Sam Howell, so that's a little unfortunate. We got Pierce, Pacheco, handcuff Pacheco with McKinnon, Pirine, Mitchell, Ford. You know, a little light at running back, but this is what you're gonna have to do this if you go 0 RB strategy like I did. Probably have the best receiver room in the draft though. Wilson, Olave, Ridley, Kirk, Reed, Hodgins. And then Evan Ingram, Taysom Hill, Ruckert. Not a bad tight end room. A lot of people don't even know who Jeremy Ruckert is, so it is what it is. They'll know though if he eventually gets to start. Say like a injury or two happens and he gets to get in there, or maybe he wins the job. We don't know, but I'm telling you, look out for this guy. He's very good at Ohio State.
The only problem is he may not be quite as good because Rodgers really doesn't target tight ends too much. So let's look at the projections here. Not that I really care about the projections too much. We're projected more than Smitty though, so that's good. That's all that matters. We beat him by like 73 points, so nobody's in the 3,000s. That's a little different. Nobody was projected for 3,000 or more. This guy was close. I got it drafted third, and the guy that drafted in front of Smitty was pretty close as well. 29-44. This stuff doesn't mean anything though, so don't take too much into it. Let's look at Smitty's team. Hurts, Rodgers, Love. That's a good QB room. Bijan, Gibbs, Swift, Algier, Vaughn. Not a bad RB room. It's rough going with two rookies, man. I know they're good, but man, I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. And then London, Tony, Dotson, Williams, Dell Downs, Wilson. It's decent. It's decent, I guess, for what he did. Pat Fryer moved Cole Kmet Messer. I do like his tight end room. He's just gonna have to hope that Tony plays well. I think he's gonna regret that pick. I think he's gonna regret making him a moon man. I just don't think that he's definitely not worth a fifth round pick. I don't think he's even near a fifth round pick. And he can have what I don't really realistically, I don't think he has a chance at being a wide receiver 1 in fantasy. I don't think he has a chance. Zero chance. I mean, there's a chance. There's always a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, there's always a chance, but it's very slim. And the reason being is, look, the Chiefs don't have a number 1 receiver. They don't have one. Scantling's not the number 1 receiver. They obviously, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with Hopkins, but Scantling is not the number 1 receiver. Neither is Tony. You could say Tyreek Hill was the number 1 receiver when he was in town, obviously. And you know, they can say, oh, we're gonna try to use him like Tyreek Hill. We're gonna try to involve him in the offense just like Tyreek Hill. That doesn't mean he's gonna be Tyreek Hill. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill's ability. Okay, he's not even on the same planet as Tyreek Hill. Okay, so I don't think, you know, we go back to the board here. Let me move my camera down. I don't think that this is gonna pay off, man. And what frustrates me, and I don't, maybe he's thinking differently than me, but look, he could have got Tony right here. I wholeheartedly believe that. This guy would have taken Deontay over Tony. These two guys were going to go over Tony as well. They weren't going to take Tony for this guy. I don't think. I wasn't going to take him because I don't like him. I don't like him unless I get him in like round 8, which obviously is never going to happen because everybody else is higher on him than I am. You know what I mean? He could have got him right here though, where he got Dodson. And there was a chance. You look at the draft picks here. Running back, tight end. This guy usually goes before Dodson. I mean, there was a chance that he wouldn't have been there, obviously, that because Dotson would have been right here where Swift is. Davis went here, Burst here. There's a chance that one of those two picks could have been Dotson, obviously. I don't know, man. I like Dotson, don't get me wrong, I like him right here, but I just feel like for him, if he really wanted Tony, he could have went Tony here. He could have went Addison, he could have went Pickens, he could have went, you know, if he likes one of these other receivers better. I mean, obviously he could have went Dobbins. I think Dobbins would have been the better pick, in my opinion. It would have gave him a little bit more security at running back. I know he's got 2 good rookies, but I think Dobbins has really good value here in the end of round 5, beginning of round 6. He should be going up here where Herbert, Pittman, and Ayuk are. So those are my final thoughts, really. He's got a decent team. I would say mine's better, potentially. If I land a running back or 2, which is a good chance because I like Pierce. I think Pacheco's good, especially with McKinnon. I'll take my running back room. His is better, but how much better is it? I don't think it's better than what my receiver room is than his. My receiver room is way better than his. It's not even close. London should be his 3rd receiver, in my opinion. London could be a number 2 receiver, but I would like him better as my 3rd receiver. I have Kirk as my 4th receiver, and I have 3 pretty elite ones. I don't feel as good about Calvin Ridley, but that's why I got Kirk. That's why I got Evan Ingram. That's why I have all these other guys stacked from Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence. So we'll be okay even if Ridley kind of busts out on us, which it's a good chance or a decent chance that happens. He hasn't played football in like 20 months. So, yeah, with that being said, man, we will catch you guys tomorrow. I am out of here. Like I said, we're going to work on some content tomorrow. We might do another draft or 2 live tomorrow on the stream. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.